Hi there, it's Sandra with Brew City Thrifts, and today I am at the Waukesha Goodwill. It is Friday after work, and I am on a mission to find some figurines that I like. I am very picky about them, but I would love to add some to my inventory. So let's get in there and let's hit it. I'm starting in the blue aisle today, and the first thing that catches my eye is this resin dolphin sculpture with it's got an optic light in there. It's also a music box. So lots going on for $3.99. Behind it, I noticed this very pretty glass fish or dolphin. I'm not sure what kind of fish that is. The bottom was clear. They are asking $6.99 for it. It seemed to be intact. It's a nice piece, but with just the light blue color scheme, I'm not sure it's going to sell too well. So put it in my box to think about it for a while. I noticed this metal table decoration. It is only $3.99, and I think it's really pretty. The fact that it's a tree with these flowers, I mean, it could be pretty much all season with that design. So I really like that, and I decided that was going to go in my cart as well. If you watched my last video when I was shopping with my friend Mark, you learned that he collects figurines from occupied Japan, which these are, and especially when they are playing musical instruments. Well, I found this little pair of cherubs. One of them is playing a harp. There is a tiny little chip on that one, but I think it's forgivable. The other one, I don't think is playing a musical instrument, but I thought these were cute and right up his alley, so I picked these up. This Goodwill has a really huge pictures section. I think I've panned and shown you a bit of it before. I never have time to go through all the pictures, but here in a section where they kind of pile up the smaller pieces, I noticed this vintage hand colored is what it says, hand colored and signed picture of a man herding sheep. And it definitely has some age. It's from Ireland, and I'm thinking someone who has Irish roots might be really interested in it. It's also, if you're a sheep herder, there you go, sheep herders, you got your piece of art. So here I am in the figurines section scanning for figurines that catch my eye. I do notice this, what appears to be a shorebird. Wooden shorebirds can go for pretty good profits, and they are very cool. This one, however, is resin. So while it's nicely painted, I put it back on the shelf. Behind it, I noticed this wooden hand painted Santa. It is signed, it is vintage, and I thought this was really rather cute. And so I thought the unusual shape actually made it extra interesting. So that went in my cart. And then I noticed nearby, by the same artist, a similar approach to a portrait of a Native American. So that also went in my cart. Continuing to scan for figurines that catch my eye. As you can tell, there's lots to choose from. And I'm always looking for something a little bit unusual, definitely trying to find something older. And the first thing that really catches my eye is this figurine here. This is of an Asian woman. I like the color. Obviously, it's very bright, vibrant, but it's quite chipped up. It does have a little bit of age, but I'm thinking the damage is a problem. Behind her are two more Asian figurines that look to be not the best quality. In front of them are these little pixies. Now, I think these pixies and elves and fairies are very hot in general as figurines. So I took an extra long look at these. They are cute. They may have some age, and I was thinking about them. I took a quick look at that ceramic owl. Scanning down below, I noticed on the bottom shelf what looked to be a Cabbage Patch doll. This one is ceramic, and it has these unusual holes in the front. It also looks like a hobbyist piece. Wasn't sure what was going on there, so I went back to look at those pixies for another minute. I've mentioned before that I do take a good look at the boxes. I'm looking for nicely carved wooden boxes. Now, this one is contemporary. That lock that you see at the front is a very contemporary lock, but a lot of these boxes are made to look like they've got age. And this one, in fact, is, I think, a very serviceable and very nicely designed box. And then just open it up, everything is intact. And I think this is something that someone is going to want to buy. Again, looking at some boxes here, this is a set of nested boxes with a retro advertisement theme. Unfortunately, they priced each of these boxes separately. The larger one was $6.99. This middle-sized one, I think, looks like, oops, I'm going to guess it was $4.99, and the smaller one, I think something like $2.99. And these sets can do well, but they just, the price priced it out of reach. I noticed down here, however, a new and still wrapped box. It is a Lang box, I believe, and it is vintage, and I figure a brand new box that is wrapped will do pretty well. I have sometimes done well in the vase section at this Goodwill. There are a lot of vases here today, and they are different sizes and shapes and colors, and that's exciting. But as I scan, nothing is really jumping out at me as being of especially nice quality or being old. This was just a nice large textured glass piece. It's very contemporary. Next to it is a ceramic vase that, to me, this style is really reminiscent of like the 1990s, 2000s. It is nicely made, but there's that little piece of it to the side that I really wasn't sure what that was for. So I left that behind. This one did seem to have some age. It is, I believe, a liquor bottle or a beer bottle, and I looked it up quickly, and it was not worth too much. And then I noticed this pretty little ceramic vase. It's got a potter's mark. It's got a simple kind of a sponge design around the top of it, and I thought that's just a sweet little bud vase. I'd also snatched up a wire and sisal basket for myself. Still in the vase area, I noticed this planter, which has a nice green glaze on it and a nice design. It seems to have some age. I think with that divided wedge foot on the bottom, it could be American bisque pottery. But then I did notice there were some chips on it, so I moved on. I noticed another drip glaze vase, another pottery vase. I do gravitate towards pottery rather than glass. It's just where my eye goes. And then this very pretty yellow vase with the matte glaze caught my eye. It does have a chip there on the handle, so I put it back, but it was a nice older piece. Here among the plates, I first noticed this stack because of the bumblebee. And I do love bumblebees, but while these are plates that are designed by Pottery Barn, and I suspected that they were probably rather collectible, you can tell that the scuffing and wear on them is pretty significant. These were obviously well loved and well used plates. They're intact, they're not chipped, they're just so scuffed in the center there that I really thought they were probably a good pickup, except for that. So I did leave them on the shelf. But what a cute design. If I find them again in good shape, I would definitely snap those up. I'm checking out the glasses. And I notice these large margarita glasses, and they seem to be, with the texture, maybe perhaps recycled glass. Next to them is a short stack of two Anchor Hocking Wexford tumblers, the short tumblers. I think they are also called lowball glasses. And I decide I am going to pick these up. Some of the Wexford glasses, the drinking glasses, do quite well on eBay. So I popped those in my box in my cart and took those with me. Well, I really shouldn't have been anywhere near the mug aisle, to be honest, but I was there. It's like I'm an addict, and I did notice this really gorgeous pottery mug. It has such an amazing glaze on it. Look at the colors, and those raised elements, those kind of button elements, are just interesting and unusual. And I thought it was just an amazing mug, so I took it. In the kitchen area, I first checked out these blue swirl glass mixing bowls, and then I looked at these ramekins to see if they were Le Creuset. Thought possibly those were anthropology mugs. They were not. Down here, I noticed this Arthur Court aluminum bowl. It's got his signature, it's got the grape edge, and I recently sold a similar bowl, and I do like Arthur Court's things, so I put that in my cart. Here is a matchy blue swirl platter. I took a look at this spoon rest. Spoon rests do fairly well for me. They move pretty quickly, so I do take a look at especially hand painted ones. Here's a couple of potential pink depression glass pieces. I passed. And then this big guy, this chip and dip with a very 70s theme, looked really intact. It had the Lazy Susan wooden part there, and it was, a really nice piece. If it were something that were hand painted, if it was more mushroomy, I think I might have been a little bit more moved to buy it, but it's a big and heavy thing, and I left it. Towards the back of the store is the brown end cap, and I was perusing it when I saw this piece, which I think is absolutely amazing and wonderful. I'm thrilled with this. This is a hand carved figure of a woman. It's abstract. It appears to be unsigned, and I just love it. I think it's fantastic. It looks to have some age. I just love the way the light kind of flows around it and flows off of it. I just think it's beautiful. I thought these might be Hull onion soup bowls, but they were from someplace in Ohio that I didn't recognize. This looked like it had some age, the marble Texan box, but I didn't investigate it further because I got distracted by this hobbyist piece. This is a Santa making gingerbread cookies, and these are bisque figurines that you can purchase unpainted, and then you get to paint them. The person who did this one did a great job, and I just thought it was really sweet. It is not worth a whole heck of a lot, but I liked it, and I decided I was going to take it with me, maybe as a gift. I wanted to show you that I had picked up this roll of Looney Tunes vintage wrapping paper. I had picked up some butterfly book plates and a pop-up Starry Night by Van Gogh card. So just a few things that actually are for me to use that are in my cart. So here we go with the cart review. First, we've got this hobbyist ceramic Santa making gingerbread cookies. So cute. I take that with me. And of course, I take this amazing wooden sculpture of a woman's figure. Wow, I love it. I may keep that. That's just amazing. Look at it. Mid-century vibes all over it. So fantastic. Oh gosh, I'm so happy with that. Then What else do I have here in my cart? Oh yes, I picked myself up a little umbrella and some sidewalk chalk just for myself. And then I have that Arthur Court bowl. I actually decided to leave the Arthur Court bowl behind. I do take the Looney Tunes wrapping paper. I do take the book plate and the pop-up card. I also decide to leave the blue dolphin fish behind, as well as this pottery bud vase. Those go back on the shelves. The Anchor Hocking Wexford short tumblers come with me, as do these wooden, hand-painted and hand-carved depictions of a Native American. Ooh, I caught that. Good catch, me. And the Santa, those both come home with me. The Irish picture of the sheep herder that is hand colored and signed comes home with me. The unusual pottery mug with the little buttons comes home with me. And those occupied Japan cherubs singing and playing a harp come home with me, as does this lovely centerpiece. I guess I was trying to show you that laying box that also comes home with me, as well as that wooden box on the other side of the basket. Of course, going back to that lovely carving, I am super, super psyched about this trip.
Well, good golly, that was super fun, and I really just about filled my cart. I think that wooden carving was amazing. It did have a large crack on the back of it. I can't remember if I got that on camera, but for $6.99, it was a solid wood, lovely carving, a woman's figure. It would look so amazing in so many different decors and at my house. So I'm super happy to have found that. And a lot of the other things, I found some cool boxes. I found that metal tree, just lots of cool different things. And I picked up some figurines. Granted, they're for my friend, but hey, I branched out. I tried. And so anyway, hope you had a good time. Like my channel, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for coming along, and Thrift on Siblings. We will do this again.